So guys, we got a few more games to talk about, and let's get into that. And the next game that we are gonna touch on is the game between Manchester United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. We could call them Manchester United because it's all about the banter right about now, because it's a banter team, banter club right now. Let me take a sip of my water here because I'm going to be talking a lot here. Banter club. This is banter too, but look, man. I saw a meme on Facebook. You know, like in Scooby-Doo, when they unveil the villain, they take the mask off the villain. They took off the Ragnick head, and guess who was underneath the Ragnick head? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think that was very funny. I think that was very, very funny. United back to their Ole Gunnar Solskjaer days, right? The draw against Newcastle, maybe it was signs. The win against Burnley, a little bit more convincing, but that's Burnley you're playing, you know what I'm saying? A very out of form Burnley right now. And then you come up against Wolves, where my prediction was for United to draw this game. I predicted them not to beat Wolves. Also predicted them not to beat Burnley. Burnley didn't show up. But I predicted a 1-1 draw for this game. It could have ended like that. Don't get me wrong, United had their chances to score, but Wolves were equal to the task. But the difference was that João Martinho's moment of magic. Yet another loss at Old Trafford. What I like to call the theater of nightmares. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. When you try to build, you're trying to rebuild, and it's like you're going forward and then you're going backwards at the same time, making little progress. And there's doubts kicking in again about the Ragnick formation, the 4-2-2-2 formation. You got to take your time and say that. Where you have Ronaldo, Cavani, Sancho, Greenwood, Matic, McTominay. In defense, you have Phil Jones and Varane. That's a new defensive partnership. The last game, it was Bailly and Maguire. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when the previous matches you had Dalot and Telles, and then you drop them and you bring in Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who couldn't get a cross on Ronaldo's head all day? To me, I've given Aaron Wan-Bissaka credit in the past, but to be honest, if you're playing for United and you still can't make the England national team, you're not good enough for the team. My player should be in the freaking national team. If you're playing for my team and it's a top club, you gotta be in a national team because you're a top player in a top team, which shows that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not a top player in a top team. He did get a lot of ratings for his tackling ability, but otherwise, might have been a rush signing. Whoa, nice talented player from Crystal Palace. Let me get him before someone else does. £50 million. £50 million player, you can't make the England team? Explain that to me. Explain it to me. You gotta get in the team somehow, man. Just shows you're not that good. Gareth Southgate doesn't hold you in high regards. So these are the things with United, you know what I mean? I think Fred was actually one of their better players this season. And where is he? On the bench. When Donny van de Beek was actually getting some time, where is he now? On the bench. Bruno Fernandes back from suspension. Where is he in the game? On the bench. When he came on, you saw what happened. Marcus Rashford on the bench. Jesse Lingard on the bench. The dishonesty to Jesse Lingard. Tell him he could have been at West Ham. You know what I'm saying? Doing all his little Stupid celebrations. But what is he doing? Keeping warm on the bench. Rafa Varane, everybody talked up Rafa Varane. I don't know why. He's the gift. Christmas is just past, but Rafa Varane is the gift that keeps on giving. Need I say more? Do I need to say more? David De Gea is the one that's stopping the embarrassment at United. It could have been worse. David De Gea. He's the best player this season. He's the best player this season. 1-0 to Wolves, man. 1-0 to Wolves. 2 changes. Varane, Phil Jones in. Maguire, Bailly out. Bruno Fernandes on the bench for Wolves. Trincao and Semedo in. Kiana Hoover and Leandro Dendoncker out. 12th minute, Podence with a shot saved by David De Gea. And from that resulting corner, it fell to Neves, who forced another brilliant save out of David De Gea, who tipped it over. Wolves on top in the first half, in my opinion. And it ended 0-0, of course. We know that. 57th-minute Luke Shaw with a yellow card, which means that he would miss the game. That's going to further unsettle the 11, which, you know, means that tellers have to come in. You see? Ill discipline. The ill discipline is what have United in this situation right about now. But I like something that Rangnick did. He did something good in the game, though. You see what I mean? The introduction of Bruno Fernandes did change the game. And it makes you wonder, why not start him? Why not start him? I don't think Greenwood has been very good lately. And I've always criticized Greenwood for his timid approach. He's too timid. I need to see some more from Greenwood. Hit up the freaking barber. Get a nice haircut. Dye the hair blonde or something. You know what I mean? I want to see the confidence oozing out his veins. And I think it would affect his game. His performances on the field. He's just too tame and too timid in my opinion though. Nothing like a Phil Foden if you ask me. You see what I'm saying? So, and not because it's a United player or whatnot. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. But going back to the Bruno Fernandes substitution. Greenwood off. Fernandes on. 60th minute. Jadon Sancho, what? Jadon Sancho, another talking point is Jadon Sancho and his decision making in the games as well. There was moments, the build-up play was really good, and when Sancho needed to take a shot, he just kept looking for the pass. You see what I'm saying? It's like the confidence isn't there. Or he's like, he's scared to mess up or something. He's scared. And as Karumi is saying, he's too nice. Greenwood is too nice. You feel me? Way too nice. Way too nice. Too nice. You got to be more aggressive, in my opinion. And I think Wolves were the more aggressive team. Wolves, and we'll talk about them a little. Let me just run through these points here. We'll talk about them some more. Bruno Fernandes' introduction, and he was teed up by Nemanja Matic, and he hit the crossbar. He had to score that. That was the moment where Bruno Fernandes had to score. I think he was listening to Fat Joe featuring Remy Ma as well. Leaned back a little bit too much there for that one. Way too much. Cristiano Ronaldo did get a chance. Bruno Fernandes again with another quality pass. Ronaldo put it wide. On his day, he'll put that in the far post. Wolves began to show their brilliance in terms of the attacking third. When Saiz from a free kick hit the crossbar. And that was the first indication that, yeah, we want this. We want this more. We want this more. And it was another tactical change that actually prompted that. And that was the introduction of a speedster by the name of Adama Traore, who's been linked with moves to Tottenham, maybe a Newcastle, maybe who knows? Who knows where he'll go? But he's linked with a move out of the club. Came on for Trincao, who I think has not really been good enough. He has talent, but he needs to step it up. Fabio Silva came on for Raul Jimenez, and we'll talk about Fabio Silva soon. But 82nd minute, ball crossed into the box by Adama Traore, running at the defense. And world-class Phil Jones. And by the way, I did think Phil Jones had a solid game, though. He did have a solid game for the most part. But world-class Phil Jones with the header that he could have put anywhere, but put it straight on a golden platter for Joao Moutinho to volley into the back of the net. Nutmegged, think Scott McTominay. Where was McTominay in this game? The last game, you're all over Burnley. In this game, where are you? Inconsistency. That's the thing I'm talking about. That's the exact thing I'm talking about. But what a goal, though. First goal of the season. He doesn't score a lot, but very importantly, he did. And I saw him at the end. He's jumping up on Raul Jimenez. And he's probably saying to myself, I can't believe we won this game. Really can't believe. But you got to give credit to Bruno Lage and in charge for using the weapon Adama Traore, who did run away for that free kick as well. That size free kick ran away, brought down by Matic. And he was causing United some problems because United were actually looking for that go-ahead goal as well. And they were leaving themselves open. Credit to Wolves. And I'll get to them. I'll get to the Wolves' performances lately. With the goal, United had to come back, and they did almost do so. Late in the game, 96th minute, Fabio Silva almost kicked Phil Jones in the face. But you got to give Phil Jones the credit for the commitment, getting his head to the ball, trying to get his head to the ball, and putting his face on the line, right? Free kick, Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo over it. Bruno Fernandes took Jose Sa with the save. Credit to Sa. The amount of clean sheets he's picked up this season, he's up there in the Golden Glove race. He's had 8 clean sheets in 19 appearances. Only 14 goals conceded. Big up to the boy Jose Sa, one of the signings of the season, of course. And to my delight as a Manchester City fan, United lost the game. Let's take this moment. Let me just pause this music right now. Let's take this moment to just laugh at United. Just laugh at them. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take this moment to just laugh because it's funny. It is funny. Remember at the beginning of the season, right? Ronaldo came in. I give them the credit. They got Ronaldo. Bam. The whole thing about the hijack the deal from City. Bam, bam, bam. The title. 21. Bam, this, that, and the third. Where are you now? Pathetic. 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 I'm going to leave it right there. I'll waste no more time on these dudes. But the team I actually want to talk about real quick. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Look at this, right? Just look at this. Take a look at this. Let's start from November 20th. They have shown that they are one of the most difficult teams to play against this season. Didn't start the season out well in terms of the results, but they were really good. Let's go back to the results really quick. They lost first 3 matches of the season, and they lost them by 1-0. Leicester, Tottenham, United. I think Wolves deserve to probably win all those games or at least get a draw. But let's go right back down. Forget about the other games. Let's go back down to November 20th. Look, lost to Crystal Palace. Forget about that. We're talking about November 20th here. Wolves 1, West Ham 0. Norwich 0, Wolves 0. Wolves 0, Burnley 0. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. They lost, but they only conceded 1 goal. Across the last 4 games there, only 1 goal conceded. City 1, Wolves 0. Okay, they lost, but they only conceded once. But hear me now. Look at this. Look at this. That's 5 games, only 2 goals conceded, only 1 scored. But still, look at this now. Wolves 1, Brighton 0. Wolves 0, Chelsea 0. That's a big result. And against teams, I should say, that should have beat them in Chelsea and United, they picked up 4 points. And throughout, that's 8 games, Wolverhampton Wanderers have only conceded twice. And astonishingly, have only scored 3 goals. This is ridiculous. In 8 games, you score 3 and concede 2. This is sick. This is sick stuff. Give it up to Wolves, who are in 8th right now, 28 points. The season's looking solid. 8 wins, 7 losses, 4 draws. That's solid if you ask me. Bruno Lage in charge. Take a bow. You guys are surviving yet another season. Portuguese FC, quality this season. Southampton coming up. Brentford, Arsenal, Tottenham. Listen, these games, it's going to be difficult to break down this Wolves team. Just want to put it out there, man. But look, for Manchester United, where are they at, man? 7th, 31 points. 6 L's already this season. That's not good. Halfway through the season, you got 6 losses already, where you're projected to only get 62 points. That's not good. That is not good. Aston Villa twice coming up next. West Ham, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds, winnable games. But those teams are going to give Man United a hell of a hard time. That's my thoughts.